Rare Voice is the phone in my home.
It's the one I can afford.
Rare Voice gives me lower LD.
And you know it gives me more.
I get local calls for free, and I can win big prizes too. Rare Voice makes my family rejoice. Rare Voice is the choice for me.
Your new home phone is here. Sign up for Rev Voice today, and you can win great weekly prizes and a brand new Honda CR-V from Nassau Motor Company. Get Rev Voice home phone for as low as $14.99 a month. Call us at 601-8992 or visit us online at cablebahamas.com/RevVoice. Rejoice this Christmas with Rev Voice.
Coming up, tragedy strikes in Wilson Tract after a pregnant teen is killed by a garbage truck. An HNS student killed in a traffic accident. Another murder in the capital. Plus, environmentalists concerned about the implications of that fuel spill at BEC's Rock Sound facility. I'm Vonnie Chute, and MB12 Weekend starts now. Saturday evening, and thanks for joining us for MB12's Weekend Edition. Topping news, a 17-year-old girl reportedly crushed to death by a garbage truck last night as she slept inside her boyfriend's Wilson Tract home. Grieving family members say the teen was expecting her first child. Paige McCartney has the details.
And the family of that young victim, who happened to be 3 months pregnant at the time, say what hurts them most is that they live just across the street from the driver of that dump truck, and they say they've yet to receive any kind of an apology or message of condolence. That was the scene last night at a Wilson Tract home where 17-year-old Waydina Clark was crushed by a garbage truck that somehow ran over 2 utility poles, hit a vehicle, and then slammed into the wooden structure where the teen slept inside. She was pinned under the truck and trapped under the debris for hours. Today, MB12 visited her home and spoke with her family members who were trying to come to terms with the tragic death of their loved one.
The only thing that really hurt my feelings, right, that the people live right across the street. You could see where they live right across the street from us. They didn't even come, they didn't send nobody. Even if he didn't want to come, we could understand he might be scared to don't come, but he could have sent anybody, someone we don't know. He could have sent his lawyer, he could have sent his pastor, he could have sent anybody to give us his condolences. When we gone over there to talk to him, he tried to fight us.
The teen's mother could barely contain her emotions today as she told us about how she learned of her daughter's death.
I was sitting down watching TV when I hear a knock on the door. When I hear a knock on the door, I open the door. It was Ricky and his mother standing asking me for Waydina. I tell her Waydina ran by them. She tell me, say, a whole tractor mashed up the house. The dump truck mashed up the house, and they don't know if Waydina in there. So I went over next door to my cousin. I tell my cousin I can't go. But I still turn around and go. But when I went on the crime scene, I even couldn't take it. Let me tell you something. The fella lived right across the road. My child wasn't a bad child. You understand? Every child of they raised. But you can't kill people children like that. You can't do that. He even come here and say sorry.
The family is also upset that it took nearly 8 hours to remove Waydina from the wreckage, but Superintendent of Police in charge of the Traffic Division, Ken Strawn, said that kind of accident is very rare and all precautions needed to be taken. The services of EMS personnel, BEC, BTC, Cable Bahamas, towing and crane operators were needed.
It happened from 10:30. They moved Waydina, but 4:30 in the morning. Even if you know? She might have been alive or something. We might not even know because she been in there for hours, hours and hours and hours and hours, and they wasn't even telling us nothing.
It took extensive amount of resources to recover the individuals from the refuge. It took almost 8 hours of hard work, and we want to take this opportunity to thank every one of the stakeholders who came to the assistance of the police that hour of the morning.
Waydina, as we mentioned, was 3 months pregnant at the time of her death. Her aunt, Roseanne, said she was in a relationship with her boyfriend since the 7th grade and would often spend the night at his home waiting on him to return from work before going back to her house. Family said the teen was very sweet and excited about her coming baby.
My niece, she's a 17-year-old girl. She don't drink, she don't party, she don't smoke, she don't be on the street. 10 a.m. she's in her bed, she dying her sleep. She don't even know what happened.
She was also with child, we were told, her boyfriend.
Yeah, she was 3 months pregnant.
The family is also upset that no other agencies have visited them since the accident. They said if the government owns the dump truck, then some representative should have been in contact with them by now. The police have not confirmed whether it was a private or public garbage collecting agency. Reporting for MB12, I'm Paige McCartney.
That's not the only family grieving tonight. A 14-year-old girl is dead and a 6-year-old boy is fighting for his life in hospital following a traffic accident on Tonic-Williams-Darling Highway. The teen, who was a student at H.O. Nash, was attempting to cross the street near Penn's Builder Square at around 5 Friday afternoon when she was hit by a gray 2004 Nissan Skyline. Head of the Police Force Mobile Division, Superintendent Ken Strawn, says the little boy was also hit. He is listed in serious condition. Strawn called this incident unfortunate.
He was still conscious and alert, but in extreme pain. He was attended to and taken off to the Princess Margaret Hospital to undergo treatment for the injuries received. It is an accident that no doubt is unfortunate, and that we've lost the life of a young, productive citizen, a young student in her prime, who was preparing for a evening of fun on stage with her fellow classmates. Unfortunately, that was not to be. We are questioning the driver of a vehicle that we met at the scene, and we are very early in our investigation.
When officers arrived on the scene, they met the girl's body lying in the eastbound lane of the dual carriageway. The boy was not far away, suffering from significant trauma to the body. Eyewitnesses say the driver in one lane stopped to let the girl and boy cross the road. However, the driver in the other lane did not, hitting them both. Superintendent Strawn noted that there were no nearby pedestrian crossings.
Was no pedestrian crossings within the distance from where the incident took place. The information is that the young child, along with others, was attempting to go to her place of abode when the unfortunate incident took place. And we take this time to appeal to the members of the public, pedestrians, drivers, bicyclists, persons who traveled and used the streets for whatever means, in particularly adults. Let us take the time to try to re-educate our youngsters in the proper usage of the streets.
Police investigations continue. This year's murder count hit 104 last night when a 40-year-old man was gunned down in front of his Kennedy subdivision home. Police say the victim had just arrived home shortly before midnight when two gunmen wearing black hooded jackets opened fire on him. Authorities want your help finding those two suspects. If you know what happened last night, police want you to contact them at 328-TIPS or 502-9991.